right of your screen. Everyone just waiting for everything, the signal from the umpires, and we are underway. 2019 Premier League Men's Grand Final goes harmlessly behind.
So throw the bomb early just so they can set their press up.
But it's not a massive press. It looks like they're going to let them come out of the 25 at least.
No, typically these sort of slight fall-away presses, while they don't actually look very aggressive, once the ball goes, they go.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to see. You're going to see pace and power tonight. Adelaide Hockey Club wearing black armbands. I am going to test my memory now. I think the coach's father passed away recently. So both the men's and the women's team, Tony. Both the men's and the women's team wearing the black armbands today. So Busico to Kitto. Trying to find a way through the middle to Jordan Kitto. Turned over so Gray can turn and go. Has to stop and prop. Looks for Gleeson inside, can't find him, but does get a free hit. Dawson wants to go quickly, umpire's not happy to. Gray, again they get a free hit, they're just outside the circle. Adelaide looking to do something early. Gray will chop it, gets knocked away.
Certainly thick and fast early, isn't it? Players trying to get into that contest straight away.
Crawford sends it across to that far side. Beats a couple, can't beat Busico, but a short corner. Penalty corner very, very early on, within 2 minutes. First one of the night. Almost feels that Tim Pullman just had enough of the number of free hits outside the circle.
Yeah, that looked like a nervous tackle to me. That's a grand final nervous tackle.
So what will Adelaide do? Fraser Bowden will go over to inject just a double battery. Gleeson and Dawson will stand at the top. Have shift options to the right hand side. One of them is Holland, one of them is Rob Kane. Late shift. They'll go towards the first battery. It's still there. Holland has a go at goal. Knocked away.
Fantastic save by Michael Wells on the line there.
Cleghorn tries to get his head up. To go back to Dawson. Back to Cleghorn. Into midfield they go, then down the line, trying to find Kane. Can't quite get him. It's been relentless so far from Adelaide. It's been a lot of the game played in the Seacliff half. Fired across the front again. Gray beats one. Can't get away from Busico though. Now they're away. Yellow shirts have to come streaming forward. Busico comes back around. Now they're away. Just a tangle in midfield. High ball to Oliver. Manages to bring it down. Gets the free hit. Busico again. Lifts it near side. Cassidy can't quite bring it in. But it goes to show, doesn't it? I'd literally just said that Adelaide looked like they were just taking control of the game, and then Busico gets on his bike.
Breaks the lines and goes for it. I do love watching Seacliff because when they break, they really work hard to get numbers in front of the ball, which means they don't just have options with the ball runner, but they've actually got options forward.
Overhead. Came forward, Tamlin. Lovely ball through to Powerdy. Powerdy, one in front of him. works his way into the circle, then we'll send it across the front and Wells will get a foot on it. How quickly they transition from defence to attack has been impressive, even early on. Busico again, out to Tamlin. Loses his footing. It's cut out. Oliver will go and get it. Sends it back to Cassidy. Cassidy looks for the high striker and finds him. Couldn't find a way through to Powdy. Strong run out again. Cassidy to Busico. Holland working hard to get back to him. Big, strong challenge from Fraser Bowden. Gray tried to reverse it through. Turned it over to Busico. Seacliff again, finding a way through. Long corner.
I think the skill level is right up there today. We haven't seen any sort of just uncontested mistraps. Everything is contested, but they're holding onto the ball so well.
Wells manages to get pads on it. Adelaide will look for a way out. They'll send it down the line. Glyn Tamlin's going to have to go and get it because it doesn't want to go. Now Jamie Holland's decided to get on his bike and put Tamlin under a little bit of pressure. Experience beats youth at that point. Busico. Back to Tamlin. Near side to Cassidy. Slid into the middle to Oliver. Too much on it, and Oliver and Holland will send it back. Then they will come near side to Humphreys. Adelaide just trying to keep possession. Kane again. Manages to beat one with a deflection, then Gray sends it down the line. Lovely ball towards Humphreys. Humphreys will look to centre. It comes off a stick. Goes behind. It will be a long corner. We'll start again. Tom Cleghorn. Hazer looks for Cleghorn. Cut out by Simon Wells.
He's been quite a good injection into this Seacliff side. He came from Northeast this year.
Seacliff have turned it over on about halfway again. Matt Morton tries to find a way around the outside, then look to drop it inside. Couldn't quite find Sam Anderson, and then Brody Gleeson couldn't quite get hold of it. Todd Kitto will take over. Almost dispossessed in front of a very, very vocal Adelaide sideline. Gray strides forward, finds an overlap runner. Can they get a circle entry? They do get a circle entry. Can they pull it back? They can't. Goes behind. 16-yard hit. So we get another little cloud burst just go over Jepp's Cross, which will speed this pitch up even more. Tamlin leaves it to Busico. Busico will overhead towards Kitto. Couldn't quite bring it under control. So Adelaide will have possession inside their own 25. 10 minutes gone in this first one. Your thoughts so far?
Fast and very skillful so far. I'm really liking how Seacliff are pressing, but I think Adelaide are holding the ball quite well. So be an interesting one coming up.
Cleghorn. Couldn't find the overlap runner, but got the free hit anyway. Nice little ball inside. We'll find Angus Fry. Busico will take over. Oliver has Kitto on a long run if he can put it into space, which he does. Kitto can't quite get there. Like the idea. And Adelaide again will just try and take a little bit of the sting out of it. Lift it over. Inside the 5, so Adelaide will get to go again. James Hazer happy to go back to Cleghorn. Fired out to the far side. And Crawford will look to try and go through the corridor, and it's turned over. Wells just put it behind Menadu.
I think that's what Seacliff are really looking to try and do.
Oh, nearly found its way to the stick of Oliver. And from that range, it would have been interesting.
Oh, yeah. So the Seacliff press is essentially just falling away just enough to make it look like that centre of the pitch is entertaining for Adelaide, and then they are just smashing them in the middle.
And it's been interesting because up until this point, it felt like Adelaide hadn't fallen into that trap. And I think it just got too big and too juicy for them at that point, and they wanted to have a go. Spouse takes on Holland, has the overlap, the underlap really. Dawson gives away the free hit. Kitto will go back to his brother. Out to Busico. Furthest forward we've seen him today. Beats the first one and looks for a way through. The way through does find its way to Oliver, and it's knocked off the end of his stick. So it will be a long corner only.
Beautiful circle defence from Angus Fry, protecting his feet, just controlling the ball out.
Oliver was asking for a short corner, didn't get one.
I think every striker would ask for that short corner.
Yeah. Oliver reverse stick. And Adelaide again can relax and calm things down. You feel that Seacliff want to push this pace. That's a lovely, lovely ball out to this near side. We'll find Kane. Kane will then send it down to Holland. Holland will turn inside Tamlin. Firing it across the front. There was a stick on it.
That was centimetres. That fantastic ball by Jack Holland.
And it's what we're used to seeing Ben Massey do, that kind of thing. And I tell you what, that's going to be an interesting battle all night. The experience of Glyn Tamlin against the youthful exuberance of young Jamie Holland. Jack Holland, sorry, Jamie Holland's his dad. But he still has youthful exuberance though.
Yes, very much so.
The overhead does make its way through to Gray. Then they will go out to Holland. Holland now takes on Kitto. Nice little ball inside to Dawson. And it will come again to Humphreys. Back to Dawson. To Cleghorn. Far side again. Trying to find the angle through, and Busico will close the door. Reverse pass cut out again. Cleghorn happy to come all the way back.
I think Busico's been explosive so far in this game. He's just breaking apart.
Bowden gets a circle entry to Holland. Holland has another go at goal. Keeper does well. Michael Wells earning his paycheck so far. That one is going to find its way all the way through. Go behind for a 16-yard hit. Looks like Adelaide are trying to do shifts up top with a high striker. The rain is really coming down now. 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
The fans are still staying by the fence. They're committed.
Some of them are, a lot of them have gone to hide under the gazebos. Cleghorn shows and then will stride through midfield. Beats a couple, still going Cleghorn. Then kind of leaned into Matt Morton and got the free hit. Just a free hit only. Cleghorn absolutely paid for that. Oh, sent through and Gleeson couldn't get a stick on it. Around a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Busico will come near side to Cassidy. Cassidy sends it in, finds Wells. Wells will send it into the 25, out on that far side. Nice move to get the circle entry. Penalty corner. One apiece now.
Fantastic build-up. That ability to move the ball from left to right, open up Adelaide, and then move at pace. Very dangerous.
And now the people on the fence have given up because it's now coming down in rods. So there'll be time after this penalty corner, you would think. Taking their time. I don't know whether they're waiting for it to finish. Injection comes. Busico on the first battery. Wells on the first one. Busico couldn't quite get hold of it, but it could work out. Another one. Another penalty corner. This time they might be able to let the clock run out and have all the time in the world. So there is the siren for the end of the first quarter. Busico and Wells again will sit at the top of it. Again they go to Busico. This time he does get hold of it. There's a stick somewhere, and that will be that for the first quarter.
Well defended by Adelaide. Seacliff are so threatening on their short corners, so I think Adelaide would be pretty pleased to go into that quarter time break without a goal on.
Well, famously, is it last year that Busico won it with the final short corner, or the year before?
Or
was it last year? Last year or the year before?
Yeah.
The very last action of the game. So yeah, it feels Adelaide have had the lion's share of possession. They've had the lion's share of attempts at goal. They've played most of the game inside the Seacliff half, but you do feel like they were lucky to get out of that first corner still level.
Yeah, I do. I think they've had some really good opportunities. I think Seacliff just have that little bit of that X factor, as you just don't know where a goal's going to come from, and it can come from anywhere. So Adelaide need to be on their toes, and I think they'd really like to convert really soon. I think just getting the ball goal on the board, I think that will help their confidence just to keep moving through the game.
Yeah, it's like trying to share a box with a tarantula, isn't it? You're big, comfortable most of the time, but you know if it's going to go. Just have to be wary, don't you?
You do, yeah. And these guys would. They've played each other, you know, year after year. They know what each other can do. So I can't see them ever taking the handbrake off, so to speak.
Well, we've just seen players come in and out of this rivalry. Well, more players come in than go out. I think once they find themselves at Seacliff or Adelaide, they tend to stay there. But Gleeson has been one that we've seen for the last 3 years. Obviously, Seacliff, it must have been 2 years ago, because Seacliff didn't make the grand final last year. It was Port Adelaide who won it, and that one they won in the dying moments of that game as well.
It'll be interesting to see if the last 2 defeats from Adelaide will spur them on or give them the yips.
Can they come away? Gleeson just tried to body his way and get away with it. Powardy sends it back to Tamlin. Tamlin will come near side to Kitto. Oh, lovely disguise from Kitto and beats one. Then 3 speed skills to beat Gray. And then just a swing and a miss and it will turn it over. And Adelaide can go. I think they're playing advantage and they'll come out to Holland. Holland will now take on Kitto. Fired across the front. Nobody in a red, white and blue shirt there to take any of the crumbs. Jack Holland now has had a go at all of the back 3.
He has. He's really looking for that crash ball in, either forestick or backstick, just to get for those deflections.
Tamlin will come to Kitto. Kitto goes down the line to Oliver. Oliver will take on Fry. Cries of "You've got him," and he did. Now Busico will go. Now Seacliff are starting to apply some pressure. Good ball into the circle. Playing on. Cowardy again. Loses out to Dawson. Dawson steps back inside. And a nice little reverse ball to Gleeson. Gleeson has to back up to Tamlin and then will turn. And gets the free hit. Back they come to Kane. Kane will get it back. Fired at the front of goal, and again there's Adelaide players there, and again Michael Wells clears the danger. Tamlin. Good challenge, and then Adelaide can go again. Kitto has come from a long run off the boundary to get there. It's still bouncing around in there! And Adelaide will get the first one! Angus Fry! The first time that Seacliff haven't been able to deal with the trash in front of goal. And Angus Fry pounces on it. And we'll put Adelaide ahead.
So that crash ball that Adelaide have been throwing in time after time after time has been successful on this occasion. I think they're really looking to challenge that Seacliff defence in the marking and just get that really touch on.
Seacliff, can they answer? Busico looks to beat the first one. And we'll send it near side. Looks for the return, doesn't get it. Pressure high. Adelaide managed to win the free hit. Feel that 1 goal is not enough for Adelaide though.
Certainly isn't. But they look positive and they look like they're not sitting on their 1 goal lead. So I wouldn't be concerned about them trying to hold the lead from here.
Almost a wonderful ball from Oliver to Busico. And again Adelaide will turn it over in midfield. Jack Holland beats the first one and then he's strong, but he's given away the free hit. Well, I think he's a little bit hard done by, done all the hard work. Seacliff again. Near side. Turned over to Fry. Near side again. Fry will get it back. Then a nice little return ball, and Fry gets it again in a dangerous area. Comes off his foot though. And Tamlin thought about going quickly. Then we'll just pump the brakes and slow down a little bit.
Fry would have been man of the century had he scored that goal then. He set that play up after scoring the last goal.
Well, he certainly wouldn't have had to put his hand in his pocket in the clubhouse for a while, would he?
Not at all.
Kitto out to the far side. Jack Holland sucking in the big ones as he comes off here. Run himself into the ground.
Saw Brodie Gleeson do the same. I think all the players on the pitch are working to capacity.
Busico slides it almost inch perfect, goes out of play, so Seacliff can go again. And we'll try and work it in. Cleghorn very cleverly just bodied his way into that competition. Cleghorn again, taking on Kitto. Kitto gets the better of him. Wells beats one and then is set down. Wells goes again. Fired across the front. Just couldn't get it under control. Ball was moving.
Yeah, Matt Morton loves those crash balls in. You know, get the ball in the air. It's a little bit really hard to trap, so I think he'll be disappointed he didn't get that touch in.
So Adelaide again, trying to pick a way through Seacliff, and now they can't. And Fry again, getting his name called for all the right reasons. Gleeson takes on Bussico.
Oh.
Massive challenge from Bussico and the extras. Gleeson and Bussico just renewing acquaintances. And Bussico will go and sit down for a little bit. Has a long look at Tim Pullman and not sure why.
Yeah, I think once he sees that footage again, he might understand why. But it's the pressure of the game. You can't let those players run. So he's just worked his butt off to try and stop that tackle. It just didn't work out well for him.
And I think as far as free hits go, it's not a bad one because it's stopped that break from Adelaide.
Correct, yep.
So Tamlin will build from the back. Someone lit a blue touch paper somewhere. Trying to find a way through. It's not come off Gleeson's foot, so they're still going. Wonderful trap and turn, but he's backed into him. So again, Tamlin will look to relieve the pressure. We don't say that about Seacliff too much.
No, Adelaide, the pressure on the ball carrier from Adelaide, oh, phenomenal. I can't,
yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. You can't say the proper word anyway, because you have to sing the Muppet song then. Tamlin looking to carry it out. Gets it off an Adelaide stick so they can rebuild again.
This is where Seacliff just wants to slow the game down for the next couple of minutes just until they get buzzed back on the pitch.
Possibly turned over. Gray. Wells gives away the free hit. Wonderful control, near side, and then a nice little round the corner out to Fry again. Fry will take on Kitto. Again, they just look for that crash ball, can't quite get it in, and Seacliff can come away. But the challenge from Gray is good. He will be able to carry. Try to drop it off. They do get a circle entry, but Tamlin is able to come away. Sends it forward again. Lovely little inside move. Challenge is good and strong. Tamlin wins the ball back, but illegally. Bussico is back. Adelaide will drop it off and then work again into the corner. Chaos ball into the middle again. Gleeson putting pressure on from behind, but they do get away. Oliver. I don't know how he got away from there, but he did, and then finds a wonderful pass. And again, they managed to turn it over. Fraser Bowden doing the hard yards this time. Fry. Cleghorn, first time out to Massey. Came off a leg. There is absolutely no way that Adelaide can keep up this press and this pace.
They are a fit group, and I think they do control the ball around the back, so it wouldn't surprise me if they do.
Gray strides forward. Can he find a pass through? Does find a way into the circle. Questions being asked, none answered. Another free hit. The last free hit we saw was uncharacteristically loose from Lucky Bussico. Kitto would just ball passes it round the corner and then turns and turns well. Down the line again. Again, Adelaide managed to shut the door. Fry has options back if he needs them. One of them is Cleghorn. Cleghorn will lose out. Inside ball towards the centre, couldn't quite find a way through, and again Adelaide able to relieve the pressure. Big overhead, taken out of the well by Cassidy. Kitto to Busico. Brings it back towards Max Menady. Just got stuck under his feet. And Ben McPhail will be able to go. We are seeing the introduction of the 20-minute players now. Ben Batts has come on, and that's Ben McPhail who's been on there as well.
Ben Batts had a field day in the Metro 1 men's grand final.
Oh, they're not 20-minute players for Adelaide.
Oh, they're not, no. Ben Batts certainly is, though, for Seacliff.
Just got caught under the stick a little bit, and then Gleeson manages to get a stick on it. Will be a Seacliff ball. 5 minutes and change left of the first half of the Premier League men's grand final for 2019. Kitto goes back to Busico. Kitto again. There's Cleghorn for company. Cleghorn gets a stick to it, but then it comes off his foot. And Matt Morton will stand over it. All of these players running themselves into the ground. Cleared away by James Hazer. Back to Busico. Switched all the way across to the far side of the field to Cassidy. Cassidy happy to go down the line. Swing and a miss, and he'll give away the free hit. Connor Spouse over there.
I think the fact that we've spoken about the play being happening at such a frenetic pace and these players working really hard means that the fact that the skill level is so high is incredible. It's so hard to perform a lot of these skills while you're under fatigue. So it does look somewhat easy from the stands, but it's not. And they're playing exceptionally.
Busico drops it inside. We'll find Anderson. Anderson looks for a ball into the circle. He gets it into the circle, and Morton could not bring it under control. That's two. He'll want back. Maybe he wasn't expecting it to make its way all the way to him.
No, it's a nice little interchange lead with one of the other Seacliff guys just to create that space for Matt.
Cleghorn again. Gets it back. Lifts over, but Solden short, and Busico can look to go forward, and Cleghorn gets an important stick on it. Al Oliver will beat Gleeson. Cannot beat anybody else, and Gray can fire it forward. 3 on 3. Yellow shirts coming back. Goes behind. Danger will pass. Al Oliver's hand-eye coordination is some of the best I've ever seen.
It's almost disgusting. I'm just so jealous.
Popped away, and Powerty has to go high and get it, and gets the free hit. To Kitto. Kitto will just send it towards the middle. Cleghorn will just knock it away from danger.
Such a dangerous period of time in this last couple of minutes before the half-time break.
Oliver to Kitto. Short sticks it to the top of the circle and missed everyone and goes behind. If there are kids watching and they ask the question, how do you get so good and stay so skillful under fatigue? It's practice.
It's practice, and it is working hard at training beyond what the coach makes you do. So, you know, it's doing that little bit of extra work, or running back for someone while you're working hard. It's not just doing the standard things.
Cleghorn finds a lovely outlet pass to Gleeson. Gleeson has options. Fires it at goal. Wells gets rid of the danger. Had a slip pass if he wanted it to the right-hand side. He chose not to go with it. I think it was Ben Massey who was there.
I think Todd Kitto was sweating on that ball going there. You could just see him shaping up to expect that ball going.
So Seacliff again will pick it up. Powerty lifts it towards Oliver, but
too close. He's got to make sure he's 5 away from overheading that ball, otherwise it becomes dangerous.
Sean Dawson holding the spot where it should be. Back to Cleghorn. Did enough. Heart in mouth for a moment, but away they go again with Kane. Kane will work and take on Oliver. Steps back inside, a big, strong challenge from Busico. Now they will go over the top. Wells versus Cleghorn, and Cleghorn again is strong. Free hit just outside. Gleeson carries into the 25. Big, strong challenge from Sam Anderson. Cleghorn again fires it forward. Al Oliver gets some level of stick on it. Gray will step inside. Couldn't find a way through to Massey. Powardy. Back to Kitto. 25 seconds left in this one. Then they'll go out to Tamlin. Need to go up the other end of the field and get there quickly. Ten seconds to go. Oh, huge challenge over there. And someone's gone down. It's Massey who's gone down. The way he went down, I wonder whether he caught a stick in the face. Did so well to come back from that horrific injury that he got. Yeah, he did. Just his own teammate. Matt Morton pushed it away, but the siren had gone anyway. Would have been hard to mouth time for Ben Massey. Anyway, we are going to take a breath. You can tell how good the game is by how little Holly talks. We will take a break. We will try and recover. We'll be back for half number 2. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Seacliff find themselves behind in a grand final. About a minute to go before we go. Adelaide are there we are. Where's the camera? Not undercover, as you can see. So it's been an interesting first half, this one, Holly, and as we get ready for the third quarter, the Premiership quarter, as it is often referred to, this is the time where you will want... Lockie Bussica's been good, but he hasn't really put his... Nobody from Seacliff seems to have just put a stamp on. So if you look at the first half and you look at who controlled the game for Adelaide, then Tom Cleghorn really took control from the back and everything built from him and everything. It feels like it's a little bit bitty from the Seacliff point of view. Everybody's trying to...
Yeah, everyone's putting in their own little effort, which I think is what makes Seacliff so good, is they are well-rounded. But I think the individual brilliance from people like Angus Fry today has really stood out from Adelaide. I think he's just created a lot of flow-through play. But it's just really interesting that Adelaide are really looking for those crash balls, whereas Seacliff are looking to counter and go. So you're going to see a lot more crash balls from Adelaide than you will see counters from Seacliff.
But it will only take a second for Seacliff to get back into this one.
Correct. They are certainly not down and out, that's for sure.
Brody Gleeson getting the adulation from the Adelaide fans over on that far side, and he basks in it.
Oh, it loves it. How much will the Adelaide girls win inspire the boys team, do you think?
Well, we did talk about this. I think we talked about... Did we talk about it off air or on air? I can't remember. It's a really interesting dynamic, and we saw some of the Adelaide girls celebrating with some of these Adelaide players as they were getting ready, sort of within 10 minutes of this final, that they were celebrating with friends and loved ones. So really interesting preparation for them. Gleeson tried to find a way through the middle, couldn't find one. Cleghorn gets beat by Morton for the first time. Lovely ball, worked well. All sorts of appealing from the Seacliff players, but nothing given. Gleeson will turn it over as well. All the way back to Tamlin. Kitto. Down the line to Bussico. Fred Gray works hard against Bussico, manages to poke the ball away. Looked like it was too far in front of Fry for all money, but he got hold of it, and then Gray takes control. Sends it backwards. Oliver. Well, it's stolen again, and then Morton couldn't bring it under control. It's all got a bit hectic at the moment. Out to Gleeson. Sends it forward, but Bussico manages to get it, but he's got it off his foot. So Adelaide will be able to launch from inside the Seacliff half. Fred Gray stands over it. And Adelaide have been happy to go back and build from the back on more than one occasion.
Yeah, it's a very smart move to do that, very European to control that kind of play.
They do get another circle entry, and Kitto looks for Bussico. Bussico will lift it over the top, and Gray will pick it up. Again, they look into that corner. They do get a circle entry. Gleeson on the back stick! Gleeson will score! Great control, great finish. And Brody Gleeson will double the Adelaide lead.
What a shot. The ability to pick that corner when he's not really even facing that way, fantastic.
I've said it before, I will say it again. The goals don't move, they are always in the same place.
Doing it under that much pressure as well, oh, fantastic. It's a really interesting goal because I thought Seacliff actually came out the harder team, and that was...
It felt like Adelaide were under a lot more pressure, and then they've just managed to find a way through. Gleeson again will touch it forward. Massey has to go after it, but they can let it go. Adelaide will want another one to put it.
Yeah, 2-0 is quite a scary score.
3-0 would be awful for Seacliff. There's still a chance for them. Obviously, we want them from a neutral point of view to come back into it. Adelaide would like to put another nail in that coffin.
I think the great thing is the way Adelaide's playing at the moment too is I can actually see that goal coming, but I can't see Seacliff lying down either. So
no, they cannot change how they play. It'd be so tempting to put 11 players behind the ball.
It certainly is, but it's just way too early.
There's no sign of it at all, and Jack Holland and Ben Massey. MVP chant starting. I'm not sure who it's about. I think Tommy Cleghorn had the ball at the time, so we'll give it to him. Massey does well and nicks it away, but Kitto got there. It's a big challenge. Nowhere for Oliver to go, so nothing malicious.
So it's saying a movable rock and...
I never get that one right.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Fry carries towards the circle, gets it in the circle, but Oliver goes back and gets it and wins the free hit.
A lot of the games I've seen our Oliver play historically, he's been that sort of high striker, really dangerous goal scorer, but he's doing a lot more work in the midfield this year.
Yeah, we saw it in the Super League as well. I think he just enjoys playing hockey that much that if he's not getting to the service as a high striker, he just goes back and gets it.
As you would too.
Oh, Kitto does really, really well. Can't beat the third though. Now they will go to Gleeson. Gleeson gets another circle entry, sends it across the front. Wells does well. Gleeson works very, very hard to get it back. Still in the circle and goes behind. That's effort from Gleeson. He nearly wore it as well.
He did. He has really been the difference in this quarter. He's just been up and about everywhere.
Spoken to Brodie after the last 2 grand finals, and he's been absolutely ropeable both times. I mean, if he has to go and lift his teammates around him, that's what he will do.
He's also had a really good year in front of the goals, and I think he's doing extra training in the fire squad, so that, you know, his touch is there.
Fred Gray gets dispossessed. Seacliff trying to get away, but Fred Gray will not give it up and gets it back. Ben Batts cuffs it up. Now they will send it into Massey. Massey against Tamlin. Tamlin pokes it away, but only towards Gray. Gray does very well and finds Fry. Then they will find Massey. Wells stands big. Massey still got hold of it. Wonderful covering challenge comes across from Matt Bird. And he gets away. Managed to get into midfield to Kitto. Kitto will then send it far side. And Tom Cleghorn at the back. Shuts it down and starts again. Busico back to Tamlin. Tamlin again. Sent forward, but there's no one there. Wholesale changes going on. Ben Massey run himself into the ground as well. Brodie Gleeson is going to come on. He's running on an oily rag as well at the moment. And they'll swap him for Holland. The Adelaide coaching staff are not giving Seacliff a rest.
No, I think they know Seacliff are too dangerous to let that happen.
Pressure forward from Wells. Wells does very well. Wells is going to find himself in trouble with the umpire. There was a number of whistles before he went. Just wants to chat with him. And that's all it's going to be, is just a chat. Jack Holland has come on and he's just been left alone. No one's gone anywhere near him. Dawson. Again, they will work down into that right-hand corner, which has been successful for them. Adelaide leading 2-0. There is a bit in this one as well, Holly.
There is.
Tamlin as well. Carries across the 25, then sends it into Powerdy. Knocked away by Fred Gray. Kitto sends it across the far side. Gets it back.
Yeah, both teams, the last grand final they played, they lost, and they don't want to feel that again. So there is going to be fire in this game till the end.
Cassidy sends it down the line to Kitto. Gets the advantage. Nothing coming. So they'll get the free hit just outside the circle. He's slowing down somewhat because he can't keep on this pace. Kitto again. Chops it forward. Cut out by Gray. Gray will look to lift it over the top to Jack Holland. Jack Holland gets after it. Has Glyn Tamlin for company. Has to hold and wait for the white shirts, or he picks one out. Picked one out wonderfully, which was Tim Lee, and he just could not bring it under control.
It's a lovely ball. You can just see, I think Adelaide don't necessarily want to engage these defenders one-on-one because Seacliff have really good tackling skill, but they're actually looking for their forward players to come through. Super smart.
Kitto finds an outlet, and they will come near side to Cassidy. Cassidy holds it short to Tamlin. He manages to get away from Holland. Busico again. Sends it forward. Powerdy. It's caught under his feet, but he does find a way through. And slips a lovely ball through to Kitto. Kitto sends it forward. Just couldn't turn away. Fry comes near side to Kane. Kane sends it into the middle to Gray. Gray wins the free hit. Busico. Away they come again. Kane. It's found a way through. We'll go to Ben McPhail. Lets it go so they can build and organise. Turned over, and Seacliff will look to build from the back. This has become a rivalry over the last couple of years.
It certainly has. These players do not want to give an inch.
Busico almost absolutely pin perfect towards Ben Batts. Goes behind. 16-yard hit. And again a shift change up front for Adelaide. Fraser Bowden will go in.
I think Seacliff will be looking to start controlling the ball into the circle a little bit more. They're now trying to do Adelaide's gig of trying to crash it in. But I think Seacliff needs some short corners. They're very good at it. And I think that's where they can find some goals. But they just haven't been building up the play as much as I think they could.
Powerdy gets dispossessed by Fry. Fry will then send it down the line to Massey. Massey has options. One of them is Fry. Just put it behind him so Tamlin can take over. Then send it near side to Oliver. Oliver gets his head up, can give it back to Tamlin. Tamlin striding forward again. Looks for a circle entry, but Kane throws himself in front of it and will clear the danger. Back they go again to Kitto. 4 minutes left of the third quarter. Comes off a stick, finds its way through. Gray left it. And it's a corner. Bustico threaded a ball through. It's going to find a way in. There's your penalty corner. Celebrating it like a goal, but you've got to finish it off, gentlemen.
They certainly do. They do have the quality to finish it off, though.
Well, this is the third by my memory. I gave up keeping notes when the rain came. The third by my memory. Both of them went to Bustico. Didn't get hold of either one.
So normally if you can score 1 and 3, then you're pretty happy. So I think they need this one.
This time they go to Tamlin, who strikes a goal. Damon Lang, big save.
That is a big save. Not only that, but he actually cleared his own pads.
Yeah, and he recognised early that it was a hit, so could get nice and low. Still in there, Powardy gets to the byline. Still in there, and there's the goal for Seacliff. Powardy gets all the congrats. I don't know who got the last touch.
I'm pretty sure it's
Matt Martin gets the last touch.
Just hovering around that goal is low, strong. He'll be happy with that.
Got to give plaudits to Cooper Powardy. Never ever gave up. 2 goals to 1. We have a hockey game again, ladies and gentlemen.
We've seen that a lot today in the goals that have been scored. They haven't all been beautiful build-up. They've actually been from someone working their butt off to keep the ball in play.
Back to Cleghorn. Cleghorn will pick it up again. Hurries it too far and gets turned over, and Wells, big contact and a green card. So they'll have a man extra for 2 minutes. Can they make it work? Bustico stands over it, shifts it near side to Kitto. Kitto sends it in front. Wells goes down, but nothing doing, and just a corner.
Every Adelaide man behind the ball.
Bustico fires it forward. Free hit.
Not far enough, apparently, according to Tim Pullman.
I think Cleghorn just wore one on the hand on a night like tonight. That's going to hurt.
It's when you really hope adrenaline's kicking in.
Gleeson surrounded and just fires it towards Massey. Massey can't quite get there. Jeez, they ask a lot of Ben Massey at times, don't they?
He's a trooper, absolute trooper.
Go and get that, Ben.
Yep.
And then look at him questioningly when he doesn't get there. Fired forward, but out of danger. Be another 16-yard hit. That will see us through to three-quarter time. You think Cooper Powardy just relentless, did not want that to go out.
No, and the Seacliff guys are pumped. They know what that means. That's a massive goal in the context of this game.
Well, it's a really interesting one. Obviously, in the game that we just saw with the women, Port Adelaide going in front, and then Adelaide managing to come back level. And it's if you get level and then can keep your momentum going, It's big.
Yeah, it's demoralising for a side that's been up for a lot of the game, and then you let them back in. But, you know, this game, these teams, these players, they're so skilled. You just don't know. You've just got to stay on your A game the whole game.
So just see it again, and Morton just in the right place at the right time.
It's fantastic body position there. Young strikers looking at that. Left hand low, nice and strong, waiting for that ball and just staying strong.
I talked about body language in the last one. Adelaide are okay, but you do wonder whether the likes of Ben Massey and Brodie, who have been involved in this and been in grand finals, whether it just starts to nip at the back of your head. Not again. Not again.
Yeah, it makes it tough, but both teams, like, you can see the body language of them wanting to do it for each other. So you really hope that what they're thinking is, I'm going to do this for my mate. I'm doing this for the guys that have been my family for the last, you know, season, 5 seasons, 10 seasons, however long they've been a part of them. So that's what I hope's going through their head.
Whatever happens, I've been involved in hockey. This will be my 4th grand final. Adelaide have been involved in all of them and never won one. It is it's massive for Adelaide Hockey Club if they can come away with this one.
Yeah, especially 2 from 2 as well, men and women. That's a club that you want to be at on the grand final night.
It's on Green Hill Road if anyone wants to go. Tomlin can't get it. It's going to go out. Gleason's after it. We want to set something up, or Seacliff have managed to get back in time.
Be really interesting to see if the coaches have changed any of the lineups or any of the structures.
Tries to go through the legs of Bussico, didn't get there. They get an outlet to Wells. Wells will give it back to Bussico. Bussico against Gray. Fred Gray, Olsen, who just can't bring it under control. Kitto will lift it towards Oliver. There was no question that he was going to bring that out of the air, and then we'll just fire it out to the far side, and couldn't get hold of it. Looks frustrated towards Max Menadue that he's just a mere mortal compared to him.
It's a perfect ball though, just splitting apart, forcing the Adelaide defence to slide across quickly.
More dangerous one, and Oliver has managed to pick it up, but Cleghorn works hard. Oliver again sends it towards Powerty. Powerty slips it through, goes there, the equaliser comes! The equaliser comes! Simon Wells! Was it Wells or was it Menadue? I don't know who got the last touch. It's hard to tell from that angle.
Yeah, I don't think Simon necessarily touched it, but I think his pressure there has just forced that defender to miss that.
Well, Menadue made up for his lack of control just before that by scoring the equaliser.
That's a good way of doing it.
Cleghorn shuts the door and sends it into midfield. Gray.
So this will test the resilience of Adelaide now.
And interestingly, what started that move is that man who is working hard again is Al Oliver, who again has just decided that he's going to come and take the game by the scruff of the neck.
Especially just after we said that Adelaide haven't really let him off the leash. It's always a way, isn't it?
He's decided he's got to now.
Yep.
He's got to find a way through. Humphreys lifts it forward. Bussico steps in, cuts it out.
Important trap there, because Adelaide were away if that had got through.
Anderson drops it off to Wells. Wells now with a little bit of time and space, sends it back to Anderson. Anderson will then come near side to Menadue. Wonderful challenge again from that man Cleghorn. Then we'll step inside. Menadue and Cleghorn tangle. We keep going. That's a nice little ball down the line, but Kitto is alive to it. Has Gleeson for company. Tamlin calmly out to the far side. Massey steps in. Does enough to put Oliver off. Kane turns around and then tries to reverse around. Busico gets a stick to it. Gleeson carries on. Gleeson couldn't quite finish. No free hit, no nothing.
So off camera, 2 players being spoken to, or at least one player.
I think, is that the resumption of pleasantries between Cleghorn and Menadue?
Possibly.
They are getting to know each other, those two. They're both still with us though, so can't have been too serious. 12 minutes and change to go in this one. So just a reminder again, if we are all square, we go into golden goal extra time. 2 periods of 7.5 minutes, followed by one-on-ones. Sent forward, can't be kept in.
Interesting, a little bit of a change in the press for Adelaide. They literally sat a man 5 metres from the ball on that outlet.
Back to Cleghorn. Having to find a way through and pick a way through these yellow shirts.
They're doing well playing those little mini games, just moving the ball around, not letting Seacliff have a touch.
Cleghorn again. It's so hard for these Adelaide players who now have to go back and start again from the bottom. Playing on. Bats steps inside and it's a wonderful recovery challenge.
How that didn't hit his foot, impressive.
Cleghorn again having to work hard to get out of there. Menadue can't get there. Nice little ball from Fry. He's going to take on a couple, beats the first couple. Can he get past Busico? No, he can't. Big strong challenge comes in and he gets rewarded. Then he will go. Kane then comes inside and it comes off his foot. The supporters over on the far side think they have a better view than the umpire on the near side.
No, it's just fantastic work, fantastic work rate from the Seacliff player to actually get 5 and then still make the tackle.
Tamlin on the far side, sends it down the line. Menadue will earn a free hit. Kitto inside the Adelaide half. To his brother over the 25. Steps inside. Can he pick a pass? Yes, he can. It's Wells trying to find something, did not. Fry sends it down the line, but it's going to come back again.
That circle defence, oh, fantastic.
Ken, how do you know they're going to be looking for feet there?
And Seacliff are just so dangerous on their short corners, so it would be a big thing for them to make sure they protect their feet in the defensive circle. Less
than 10 minutes to go. Menadue can't get that one. So it'll be a 16-yard hit. Craig Victory has been nervously pacing this sideline for the entire game. He's probably done a couple of K himself.
Steps are up.
But now there's a very, very high press from Seacliff. And there's the loose pass that they were after. Morton looked to go down the line, couldn't quite get there. Matt Baird has to go and play ball kid.
The press that they were just doing is just pure gut running, just moving, and it forced the turnover. So if Seacliff can keep doing that, then they're onto a winner.
Oh, that's a lovely little move from Morton to get Kitto free. Kitto can't get past Gleeson. Kane will manage to keep it in. Again, they're just pressed so hard against the baseline. Gleeson fires it forward. Lee trying to find a way through. Busico can stride forward. Busico tried to find a pass through to Wells. Didn't quite get there. Less than 10 minutes to go on this one.
Just get the feeling the ascendancy has gone to Seacliff at the moment.
Yeah, their tails are up. It's what we talked about. They got the equaliser and they've got the momentum. Gray carries forward. Lovely little ball. And they will get another circle entry.
Just for back of the stick.
Back of the stick as we come away.
Yeah, you see the last probably 2 years, umpires have been really hot on that, and you can see it generally when the ball comes off the stick of it, kind of starts skipping. It's most likely at the back of the stick.
Tamlin, we're not quite in next goal the winner stage, but we're not far away.
No.
Busico fires it over the top. Trap had to be there and was from Rob Kane. Wells will leave it for Spouse. Busico back to Tamlin. The Seacliff fans have found their voice over on that far side as well now. Kitto steps back. Cannot get through Cleghorn. To Gleeson. Tried to overhead it down the line, didn't get any of it, so Kitto can turn it back inside to his brother. Morton sends it over to Spouse. Spouse for Burden. Covering challenge. Stops it going forward. Bird can carry. Looks to 3D over the top, and again, Cleghorn. Geez, he went down easy, Cleghorn. That's... Oh.
It's a tough one.
We said it in the first half, he's bought one. That one he's definitely bought. Not something that hockey purists would like to see, I don't think.
Not necessarily, no. But it'll be interesting to see how Seacliff respond to this.
Cleghorn to Lee. Lee will send it out to Kane. Kane will get a circle entry. Look for a stick. Lockie Busico, not very often you... As Oliver will turn away, gets over halfway. And Fred Gray with another important challenge in midfield. Absolutely inch perfect, the pass across to Massey. He just asked a lot of James Hazer.
Every single one of these players coming off are just sucking in the big ones. They are all working so hard at the moment.
Well, there will be players in the Fire squad, and the Fire coaches will be watching, so they're still putting on a show. They still need to show that they're ready for the national competition. Busico, Spouse, Shackle from Holland. You know when a youngster's breathing hard that he's put work in.
Not just that, I think both groups literally are family to each other, so they don't work hard, they're letting their own teammate down.
5 minutes to go. Rolls harmlessly behind. Hazer. To Cleghorn. Hazer again. Crawford to Cleghorn. And they look the corridor, and Kitto managed to shut it down. And they will come near side to Hazer. Does a better job bringing it under control this time. Now he can carry into the 25. Tried to find a room around the back, but Simon Wells will shut the door. Howardy just could not keep it under control. And Adelaide will go to the back, rebuild. Ball is cut out by Al Oliver. And tries to send it down the line to Wells. Cleghorn managed to get a stick in the way, not once but twice. Then they will go to Hazer. 4 minutes to go. Gray. Hazer. Crawford. Touch was there, but that's even too much for Ben Massey. 3.5 minutes to go.
I think Adelaide have definitely taken advantage of having that extra man now. I think they're starting to look like they've got some real good form.
Wonderful control plucked out of the air from Rob Kane, and he'll send it to Fraser Bowden. Bowden made a lot more work than he needed to, and then hung Cleghorn out to dry. That's an incredible pass from Cleghorn. Big competition in midfield, which Seacliff will win. Oliver lifts it towards Kitto. Good interception, and Adelaide can come away. Bowden turns around. Thought about the crash ball. Still going. Busako gets a stick on it, gives away a free hit. But Adelaide now, you think with 2.5 minutes to go, we're starting to realise it's now or never. Fred Gray sends it all the way back to Hazer. Across to Cleghorn. He will slide it out to the far side. Adelaide again. There's the crash ball. Wells will save it. Holland trying to find a way through. Stolen off him from Tamlin. And then they will get a free hit.
That's a captain's tackle if I haven't ever seen one before.
Again, Harry didn't give anything away inside the circle. Touched away from Morton. Busako picks it up. Slips it out to Wells. Wells across the 25. Didn't quite get hold of it. Gray turns, gives it to Bowden. Doesn't have many options in front of him, but can go sideways to Gray. Gray has it stolen away by Wells, then Bowden will return the favour. Holland put it to where he thought Gleeson was going. Gleeson was going the opposite way. 1:30 to go.
These last 5 minutes has literally just been up and back hockey. These guys will be hurting.
Well, neither of them will want to concede now.
Not at all.
Busako, Tamlin, Kitto, to Morton. Morton sends it forward. It's cut out. They'll come back towards Crawford. Crawford sends it down the line to Gleeson. Gleeson will just try and chaos it. Kitto will stand in the way. Less than a minute of normal time. Morton fires it down the line again. Adelaide are there. Simon Crawford sends it to Cleghorn. Cleghorn manages to find a pass to Gleeson. Gleeson just gets it towards goal. The pressure from Morton just made him pull it. 30 seconds to go.
Morton bent over after that last run, just worked himself to the bone.
That was everything that he had just to get across, because Gleeson had time and space. Busako. And it's turned over. Can Adelaide get there? Can they get it in the circle? 10 seconds to go. Dangerous. So 4 seconds to go. That will be that. We will go to extra time.
Wow.
As we did with the girls' game.
I mean, we said at the start of the match, we couldn't really pick a winner, and I still can't. I think both sides have shown incredible hockey, but they just haven't given up.
Well, we now really are at the point where it is any mistake, any moment of brilliance, could just mean the end for one of these two teams. And we cannot as well understate these players that have been involved before: Ben Massey, Tim Lee, James Hazer, Brody Gleeson. They have to put out of their mind the last 3 grand finals, which is a huge ask.
It is a huge ask, but Seacliff have also lost their last one, so I think both teams will be feeling it. I think, I heard Georgie Parker on Twitter today asked, what's worse, losing the prelim and not making it to the final, or losing the grand final? And I think either way, that will always stick with you, and you know you don't want to feel that again.
Well, the only thing that you can probably take away from that is that you got here. There's the Seacliff fans, and they are right next door to that Adelaide crew. It is not a warm night. She is a cold night tonight.
Perfect hockey playing weather though. I think if they were having to play in 30-degree weather, this would not be as intense.
It does not feel like a grand final, does it? I can't feel my toes. It doesn't feel like that at the moment. It feels like a Super League final or a Premier League Friday night that we did a couple of years ago.
Then you look at the Seacliff guys and they're just dripping with sweat. So they know they're working, that's for sure.
So we are getting ready. There'll be a coin toss to decide which way they were going. Our umpires tonight, Tim Pullman and Nathan Jennings, have been absolutely outstanding. They haven't really had a lot to do, but I've been pleased to see that the whistles have been put away to a certain extent in both of the finals that we've seen tonight.
Yeah, what they've done is they've controlled the game, so they haven't had to really give any cards away. It's not like that angst has sort of boiled over. But you also haven't noticed them either, so they've been able to control the game without actually putting their own stamp on it. It's the perfect thing to do as an umpire, and they're both fairly experienced, so you'd expect nothing less.
So from a coaching point of view, your players have put 4 quarters in. They will all, the orange light will be on with every single player at the moment.
And at this stage, you'd just expect the coaches to say, do the smart things, think about what you're doing, and just think about your basic skills and run your butt off. I can't see there being any real big changes in tactics. This is all about heart in this.
So 2 7.5 periods, 7.5-minute periods of golden goal. Next goal wins it. If we are still there after 2 periods, then we will go to the dreaded one-on-ones.
Looks like Adelaide won the toss.
So there's a battle going on between the 2 sets of fans over there.
It's a really good atmosphere tonight here. Crowd is pumping.
It is. You only think it would be better. The only way it would be better if the sun was out. So Gleeson will start us off. And we reset again, so we are essentially 0-0 at the start of a mini game, with next goal the winner. Gleeson turns, goes across halfway, chops it towards Bowden. Kane is getting after it, but won't get there, and it will go behind.
So you'd make the assumption that most players have at least run about 8Ks already, if not more. And now you're asking them
do
to
it again.
Do it again.
Can't really say no, though, can you?
Oh, and you wouldn't.
Spouse. Big challenge over on that far side from Fry. Gleeson dropped his stick, had to go and get it again, and still managed to put the pressure on.
It's a magic trick.
I'll tell you what, I don't say this very often. Take a bow, Brodie Gleeson. That's pretty impressive. We talked about the previous games about small moments and moments that will lift you and your teammates.
That is definitely one of them.
Bowden strides towards the circle. has to go back. We'll find Dawson. Dawson sends it inside. Spouse. Again, they can't get out. Holland. Holland on the back stick. Oh, it came off a post, but it's the one at the back. That's the stuff of dreams. Let's tell you what, that's not far away. Gray will restart us from 25. Back to Cleghorn. Gray again. Has to turn. And sends it out far side to Humphreys. Humphreys happy to come back to Cleghorn. Crawford. Allowed to carry into the 25. Then we'll go towards the baseline. Again, they managed to get it across the front. Fraser Bowden was so close to that.
If Michael Wells didn't touch that, that would have been a goal.
It's still going. It wasn't taken from exactly where we want it to be. The overhead from Busico is cut out by Kane. Turned over though by Spouse. And then we'll come out to Oliver. Oliver will just send it forwards. Oh, Simon Wells was so close to that. Damon Wells. God, he's wearing his dark trousers. That's going to work really well if he can get it under control, and Kane does. Then Kane will send it to Gleeson. Gleeson will take on Kitto, tries to get around the back, does get around the back, gets another circle entry, but it's popped back out. Holland cannot beat Kitto, goes back at him. Menadou will resume his battle with Cleghorn. Wells tried to find a way through, couldn't. Dawson. Tamlin will cut it out. All that means is that they can reset as Adelaide will come again. Crawford. Crawford and Cleghorn have just been ever present tonight at the back. Almost everything they've done has come through them. Out again to the far side. Again, they will look for the chaos. Michael Wells has to go and get it. They're going to get the free hit. Brave from Michael Wells.
Goes in head first.
2.5 minutes to go in this first period. Spouse lifts it into the middle. Battle in midfield is won by Anderson. And then Morton tries to 3D his way through. Does very well. Seacliff now will have the ball inside 25. Morton decides to just pump the brakes a little bit. Tamlin is going out the back. It's not going to get there. Fry gets a stick on it. All he does is stop it going forward. They will re-go again. Tamlin to Oliver. Gray again has to deal with Oliver. Oliver will roll back into field, then just swing it towards the middle. Holland will get there first. Almost sold it a little bit short. In fact, he did sell him short, and Powerdy can take over. Powerdy loses his footing though, and away they will come again. Dawson beats one, keeps going. Busico. Looked like Nathan Jennings was going to his pocket for a second. He's already had one.
Oh, that was very close. Very close.
Crawford to Cleghorn. Less than a minute to go. Turned over by Dawson. Spouse just bodied his way in. Gives away the free hit. Powerty will stand over it. Slid through, but Adelaide have managed to turn it away. Gleeson, 30 seconds to go. Needs a runner in front of him, doesn't have one. Humphreys tried to keep it in. He's going to chase after it and make sure that Kitto does something with it. Gleeson gets something on it, just slows it down. 10 seconds to go. Seacliff will have a ball. Can they get anybody in there? 5 seconds to go. Manadou. That will be that. So we will go to the second half of extra time. Still golden goal.
You could talk about ascendancy and who's on top, but no one's on top. They are just working so hard, and a goal can come from anywhere.
This is punch, counter punch, punch, counter punch, and they're both just wearing them at the moment.
Certainly are. And like, we talk about things that can break a game apart, and we've seen like 15, 20 of them in just that last little bit. That stop off on the overhead from Angus Fry, and the pickup from Matt Mortz for the small little 3D skills, that breaking three players. Like, they're all things that can inspire a team, yet all of them have been doing it.
Yeah, it's... I mean, all of the things that you would say as a commentator, like the cream is rising to the top. There are moments of brilliance. There is no cream rising to the top because it's pretty much all cream at the moment.
But you want this out of a grand final. You want to see the best skills on show the whole game, no drop off, and I think that's exactly what everyone has got today.
I mean, I don't know who chooses best on ground, but good luck. So Seacliff will now attack the right-hand side of your screen. Adelaide will attack the left-hand side of your screen, and we are off for the final 7.5 minutes of the 2019 Premier League season. Spouse turns it over to Gray. Happy to go back to Cleghorn, then they will come near side to Humphreys. Gray again. Tries to slide it through to Fry. It's picked off by Kitto. Kitto beats one, steps inside another, then will send it into Oliver. That is an incredible last-ditch challenge. And now they can come away. Starting to become a little bit end-to-end now. Gleeson has Kitto on his inside. Tries to get around the back, can't get away from Kitto. Will be an Adelaide ball. Just trying to see who that is. The number 13, Fraser Bowden, working really hard. Fry sends it back. Crawford. Humphreys just tries to roll it around the corner. Lost footing from Al Oliver. Can they get a circle entry? Tamlin does well. Foot outside. Nathan Jennings looking very, very hard at that one. Out to Gray. Gray will just send it into the middle for the chaos ball. Fry sends it across the front. There he is! James Humphreys at the right place at the right time. They have asked. They have waited and waited and waited, and finally it burst for Adelaide. James Humphreys finishes, takes the plaudits.
How's that shot? Bottom right corner, one touch.
Said they were wearing the armbands for the father of the Premier League men's coach.
You can just see how much it means to them.
Sport has a way of following the script, and tonight it did. We see it again. They work that crash ball, but if that's on purpose from Angus Fry, that's just made him best on ground. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen a night of hockey. Both of them went to golden goal extra time, and Adelaide do the double.
They do. Their club is going to be on fire tonight, that's for sure.
So from the State Hockey Centre, I've been Dave Webber, joined by Holly Evans. Thank you very much to Spacequake Sports for everything they've done through the season, especially in the trying conditions that we've had tonight. From the State Hockey Centre, the Pines, good night.